I got busy and I forgot to do our solar test last weekend. So I might do that tomorrow. In the meantime, I ordered a little thermometer. I know that when the power's out, obviously the thermometer on the freezer is not going to work. And I know we want to run the generator, but I've been thinking I don't want to run the generator continuously. I just want to bring the cold back up again when it runs down. I mean, if it takes 4 to 6 hours, I've got a ladybug somewhere. If it takes 4 to 6 hours for the temperature to go high enough that we need to turn it back on again, then we don't want to have a generator running all that time. I'm thinking each time, we can monitor and we can see how long. I might just go ahead and turn off the power on the freezer and just get an idea of how long it takes for the temperature to go down. I thought this was aluminum, but actually it's steel because this has a magnetic back on it and it is sticking to the wall. So I'm going to use this little magnet to help hold the cord out of the way. There, so when we're going in and out, this won't get over and get snagged. And then I'm just running my wire over to where the freezer thermostat is. So they're both in the same place. Hopefully they'll both be monitoring the same temperature. It updates every 10 seconds, so it'll sit there for a little bit. So this says 9 degrees. This has gotten down to 14. There it goes, it's continuing down. Okay, a minute or so later, we're at 9 degrees, 9 degrees. Now I'm just gonna wait for the whole thing to go all the way down to its low temperature. And once the unit turns off, then I might go ahead and flip the breaker and see how long it takes for it to warm back up. My outside unit is running now, so maybe we're working our way down to the coldest temperature. Down to 3 degrees or 4. Come back and check it in a minute. Okay, I'm down to 1 degree. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the breaker. And we'll see how long it takes to warm up to maybe something like 20, 25 degrees or something like that. It's been 2 hours. I'm gonna go check the temperature. I've checked it once or twice, and so far it's only moved about, last time I looked, about 6 degrees. So that was good, but now after 2 hours, I'm gonna check it and see. So now we're at 8.1 degrees. So that's 7 degrees in 2 hours that the temperature has gone up. Okay, it's been 6.5 hours and the temperature rose 13.5 degrees. Cindy asked me to get some sweet potatoes and a rotisserie chicken so she can make some dog food. I got on my headlamp because it's nighttime now. So I think that shows that we could use the generator to get the freezer down to around 0 degrees, and then we could probably leave it all night while we sleep until, I think 8 hours we'd still be okay. We wouldn't get it wouldn't thaw out enough to actually affect any food. You can see a haze in the distance everywhere. We're smelling smoke this morning. There's a fire somewhere, but we don't know where. A neighbor was asking me if I knew anything because he tried to look around and find out if the fire department or anybody was reporting anything and couldn't find out anything. Not a good day for it because it's going to be kind of windy today. It's already a little bit windy. been a couple of weeks since I was working on the generator and getting it ready for us to do a solar test. One thing after another, we have not done it. The first weekend I forgot. I got busy until the evening and forgot. So anyway, today we're gonna go ahead and do it. I'm kind of checking everything. The wood burning boiler, we put the last wood in there. I don't know if you can see, it says the fire is out. We burned up all the firewood. I need to now clean this. There's a hole in the middle where it's all burned, and I need to scrape the edges and work on this. Clean all the crud off of everything. So that was heating our water for us, which would have been delightful during a solar test to keep on running this thing. But like I said, I used up the wood, so now we're gonna have to manage our water heater too, because you can't just run the water heater off the batteries at night. Here we go. Okay, so now everything inside here is gonna work. This has been shut off. Now this box is gonna work from the solar. Every circuit that's in this box. And there we go. It's showing that the grid is off. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the water heater. Taking it off grid and putting it on solar. And actually, since the batteries are full, we're only pulling in whatever we need to power the house. So it's not even gonna pull in a strong current unless we need it. I'm running my distiller that distills water. It's working. We'll check this freezer. Kind of hard to see that light, but it's on. I don't want to check it by opening it if it's not running. This one, I can hear it running. It's nice to see that this outlet is running, so we know we can still charge our batteries. I thought we had the internet connected, but it turns out that that outlet is not powered, so I'm gonna run an extension cord. I'm getting another extension cord because the TV and the sound bar are not on a live outlet. We have to have the necessities covered during a power outage: TV, internet, sound bar. The stove is working, so all the important things are running. So if we had some kind of disaster where our power was knocked out, this is what we would be doing. We would switch a few switches, put in a couple of extension cords, and just keep on moving along. A lot of our light switches don't work. A lot of outlets do work. Most of the outlets do work. The kitchen lights work. Main areas of the house that really need lights work. So we're just, you know, the solar doesn't cover everything in the whole house. It only covers the bare necessities, keeping freezers running, keeping the television on, like I was saying. And then today is a perfect day for this. If it was a cloudy day, we might have some issues with not bringing in new power, and then we're only on batteries. Then we would not be able to run the water heater. Right now I've got the water heater on, and about 4 o'clock this afternoon, 5 o'clock this afternoon, I'm gonna start thinking about whether or not I need to turn the water heater off, because it can't just run on a battery. It has to have full sunlight to really function properly. It's just not good for the system, from what I'm understanding, to run something that uses that much electricity. I'll check the freezer about every hour or two and just see how that temperature is going, and turn on the generator when we need to cool it back down again. We've lived here almost 2.5 years, and this is the first chance we've had to do a solar test where everything is just right. We got everything tweaked. So we're excited that this is the first time. We're gonna try to at least go all the way through the night. You know, that might not sound all that amazing, but we just kind of want to tiptoe and make sure that everything's gonna work properly and everything's gonna do what we needed it to do, and that we're keeping an eye on anything that's not gonna work right. Showers tonight is going to be an interesting thing if we have to manage our hot water and we have to just use up everything in the hot water heater and hope that it goes well. Tomorrow's a cloudy day. It's going to be raining all day. So in a grid down situation, we might have cold water showers for the next 48 hours. After tonight, maybe 24 to 48 hours after that, it might be all cold showers.